All right, so one thing I wanted to talk about was, at least for me, being a dude, it's okay to have standards, right? And I wanted to tell a couple stories on here about, having a girl, hanging out with a girl, and they're expecting something else, right? And at least for me, I say no and I draw the line, right? But at the same time, I do feel guilty because it still sucks rejecting people. I'm not trying to sound like this giga Chad, but it still sucks doing that because you want to make everyone happy at the end of the day, right? So, you know, uh, when I first moved into my apartment in Arizona, it was, my first time alone having my own crib, so to speak. Excuse me, right? And I get a text from someone who I don't really know that well personally, but she's like a friend of my friend from my hometown. And the text reads like, "Hey, my ride isn't coming for a few more hours. Can you pick me up from this spot downtown, and can I just crash at your place for an hour or two until they come?" I say no problem. I wasn't doing anything anyways. I don't give a damn. Hop in the Ram, pick her up, go back to my place, and keep in mind I am a single male, a bachelor, if you will, and those memes where it's like the inflatable mattress, the plastic chair, and then the TV just propped against the wall. That's basically that's basically my crib at this point, and it still is. And she's looking around, and I can tell she doesn't like it. She says, "Oh yeah, this is clearly a single man's apartment," and I kind of laugh it off. I'm like, whatever. And she makes a couple more jokes about it. I'm starting to get a little on edge, but again, it's no big deal. Uh, you know, I'll brush it off, no problem. But the thing that really drew the straw for me is she's asking, "Oh, do you have anything to eat or anything to drink?" And I said, "Oh, well, we got the tap water, of course, and chocolate milk naturally, and chicken, rice, and oats." And she just kind of loses it. She goes on this rant about how I'm a loser, how am I living like this, but she ends it with, and this is what really sent me. She ends it with, "You're lucky you're hot, because I'm still gonna sleep with you." And this whole time, that had not even crossed my mind. I'm not even attracted to this girl. And I just say, "Hey, you're not. You gotta go. I don't care if your ride has to come early, or I can give you a ride back to your friend's house." And she just starts getting teary eyed and said, "Oh, well, we should go now," and not thinking I'm gonna drive her. I said, "Okay, let's go." I grabbed the keys, put on my hoodie, hop in the Ram, go to her friend's house. The whole time she's like bawling in the car, and this is just making me feel super guilty that I didn't do anything. But at the same time, why would I do anything? Nothing good can come out of this for me, at least from my perspective, right? Who knows? Maybe I'm just retarded and I'm not seeing the positives. But she was losing it on the car ride home, and I'm cranking up the radio, which was Beastie Boys at the time, and just drowning her out. I drop her off at her friend's house, and her friend walks her in. And then after she's inside, her friend comes out and talks to me for 2 seconds. And he says, "Hey, I just want you to know that I was never coming to get her. Like, she told us she was spending the night with you." And I was just like, wow, just that was her plan all along. At least she could have been like upfront with it. I know it's more difficult as a woman, right? But again, like, why would I sleep with someone I'm not attracted to? And of course, after that day, she's always like weird around me. and she doesn't talk to me, right? She gets offended by my presence. Whatever. I understand getting rejected sucks. Who gives a fuck? It's in the past, water under the bridge. And the second time this happened was a different girl, of course, but one of my final upper level classes in university. Uh, I get a message from this girl asking about help for one of our exams, and I'm actually really struggling with the same exam. So we talk a little bit over the DMs about it. One thing leads to another, and she asked if I want to study. I said no problem. We arranged to meet at the library, and you know, we study. We actually did decent on that exam, and then we kept kind of studying with each other for a little bit. But I want to say the fourth or the fifth time we were studying together, she brings up that because I live alone, we could study in my apartment and it would be nice and quiet and peaceful. Keep in mind, my retarded ass is thinking nothing of it. I'm like, hot dog, that's a fantastic idea. I like it. We're gonna get so much done together. And, sure enough, we're in my apartment. We studied for about 45 minutes, and then and then she says, "Hey, uh, you want to give me a tour of your apartment?" Again, keep in mind, a bachelor pad, nothing's there. I'm showing her around, like, yeah, this is the bed, this is the sink. That's that's about all there is here. And she says, "Oh, can you show me your bedroom?" And I said, "Hey, no problem." I show her the bedroom, point out the bed, and I go straight into the closet. I'm showing her all my cool motorcycle gear, my jacket, my gloves, you name it. I got a Living Like Larry sticker on my helmet that I'm very, very proud of. And I show it to her. But unbeknownst to me, my back's to her. I'm just, showing her the helmet with my hand stretched outside of the closet. I set it back down in the closet. I turn around and she's just laying on the bed, giving me the giving me the Nala eyes from Lion King, right? And she goes, "Oh, this bed is so big. You want to come test it out with me?" And I just told her straight up. I said, "Hey, I think you should leave. Uh, if you're gonna stay, the studying, we're not gonna get any studying done, and you know that. I think you're nice, but I think you should leave." And again, after that, she like treated me differently. She was upset when I was near her in class and stuff, and every time I walked into class, she'd give me a scowl. But who cares, right? It's like, why why would I sleep with someone that's like I'm not attracted to? I know someone's gonna say, "Oh no, my lobster's too buttery and my steak's too juicy." Like, okay, why would I sleep with someone that I'm not attracted to? Best case scenario is like jacking off with extra steps, but now I have to live with the consequences. Again, I'm not trying to sound like this douchebag that ladies are throwing themselves at, but yeah, it happened a couple times, and it's just weird that guys are always expected to say yes. But anyways,